I think we're recording.
Yeah.
Does it say record?
Mhm.
Perfect. So this is my fifth video for one video a day during this quarantine. And I'm doing my first video with someone today, and that's Miss Cassidy Bones, one of my most favorite people. Yay. And she actually, when I asked what some different ideas of things I should talk about, she said time management. She likes what she does now, but she's always up for learning new things and what works for other people. So I was like, well, I'm just going to interview you and see what's best for you. And then we'll kind of share some different practices. So, Cassidy, tell everyone a little bit about yourself for people that don't know you.
Yes. Hi. Thanks for having me. For anybody who does not know me, my husband and I own a neurological chiropractic office in town. It's really cool. We get to see and help lots and lots of people. But that also means that a lot of my time is accounted for in a spot where I have to be. And so I don't have a hyper flexible schedule, though my schedule is a lot more flexible than most people. We also run a consulting business and then teach chiropractic students business principles, um, specifically how to be high performing entrepreneurs. And I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm just obsessed with my dog and my husband and our businesses and helping people find success in their health and in their businesses.
And she's also forgetting that she's part of the community, part of tons of groups. So along with all of her business stuff, she's in the community and a huge, huge piece of why our community does such many great things. Her and Ryan, everything that they do is amazing. So
Thank you.
you're welcome, of course. So we're going to jump right into what you asked me what are some of my best time management.
Mm.
How about you run us through yours first? I bet a lot of ours match. Some of your best practices, things that make you super successful with your time management, especially since you're juggling so many balls and wearing so many hats.
Yeah. I am really excited to hear yours, but I will go first. So I have, actually, I should have grabbed it. Maybe it's down here. Oh, this little guy. So with juggling all of my balls, I have this little arc planner from Staples because you can replace all of these little pages in here. And then I have like a please send help if you ever find this notebook, please call me immediately. I'll do anything to get it back note, with tabs for every single individual thing that I'm involved in. But the thing that I really live and die by is my Google Calendar. And I truly believe that consistency is everything. And so I am hyper consistent with putting every single thing in my Google Calendar, from like, this is when I wake up, this is when I do my morning routine. I call it my opening of the day and my closing of the day. Like, this is the time that I'm spending at work. And I used to just say like, this is beyond bones time, but now it says like, this is accounts receivable time, this is accounts payable time, this is HR time, this is like every single minute of my day is accounted for, which doesn't mean that I'm like doing tasks every single minute of the day. There's definitely just like personal time or quiet time scheduled in there, date nights scheduled in there. Ryan and I have like a weekly business board meeting, if you will, scheduled in there. So definitely scheduling everything. And I open my day by thinking, just like being very conscious and present, and thinking about exactly who I want to be and what kind of day I want to have. Because somebody very smart once told me that if you leave it up to chance, then your day will be exactly how you feel. And the way that people feel is a product of their hormones and what they're eating and their environment and all these other things. And I don't want to leave my productivity and what I'm doing and how I'm feeling up to chance. And I set alarms for everything. I have notes here, so I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything. There's so many things. So opening and closing routines, so morning, evening routines are definitely key. Giving myself scheduled quiet time and rest. And then I set alarms. So I set alarms for like affirmations in the middle of the day. that'll just go off, and then I'll see them, and it's just like a good reminder that whatever I'm trying to bring more of into my life is present and it's there, and I'm doing it, and it's awesome. But I also have alarms. Like if I still have 2 more Zoom calls after this today, and so I have like an alarm 15 minutes before the next one that'll remind me, like, okay, you have a Zoom call, because otherwise, I don't know about you, but I'm guessing you can get really easily caught up in whatever you're doing,
Yeah.
and then pretty soon you're like, oh my God, I just no-showed somebody. Like, what is wrong with me?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so alarms are really, really big part of that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. The alarms I've just started using, but I also use it for like reminding me to drink water, things like that, that are like
Mm-hmm.
when you get so busy, you forget, oh crap, I have these little things I need to do. But I'm the same way. I even have mine too.
Yeah.
I'm a highlighter queen. Yellow is
Mm-hmm.
workout, green is work, like all my stuff. And this one's really great. This is from the Create and Cultivate. Have you ever seen theirs?
Uh-uh.
They actually have like each month they have like your like monthly mantra and like things you roll over to the next month. Uh,
Nice.
yeah, each week has one, and then there's one at the end of each month. And I just started using them. I think they're pretty great.
I like
Um,
that. I normally use Passion Planner, but I'm gonna check that one out.
I like it because it's all in one. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm a Google Calendar person too. I love my Google Calendar, but I'm one of those people that has to write things down as well,
Yes.
or it's just like a memory thing. But I'm like right with you. I plan everything into, but like
Mm-hmm.
right now it's difficult. Just with
It's
life the way
weird
it is,
right now.
it's just weird. Things are just not things aren't normal. But even my workouts, I put them in there because you know how I am. I'm very
Mm-hmm.
workout driven. It's part of like what I need for my brain to not be so stressed. Especially I started training for a marathon, things like that. And so I actually have to write, I have to run these 3 miles. I have to run these 2 miles,
Yes.
strength training, yoga, whatever it is. I have to get really strict on it. And if I don't write it down, then I'm like, get into my workout. I'm like, well, I didn't write it down. I don't know what to do. I'm just not feeling
Uh-huh.
it. But I have to plan it. Like right before I talk to you, is like planning out my workout for Sunday because I'm going to do
Mm-hmm.
a full body workout. So I have to write it down to like makes me accountable. And that goes into my
Absolutely.
next thing is accountability is another huge, I think, you're probably the same way,
Mm-hmm.
especially with you and Ryan, but was one of my biggest pieces is that if I tell someone, it makes me more accountable that I'm going to get it done as well.
Yes.
Because I can be a great procrastinator.
Yeah.
Especially with my events. I'm so bad because I've done them so many times and I'm like, I'll get it
Mm-hmm.
done, it'll happen. And then you're just like rushed at the last minute. So,
Yep.
especially with even these videos, these 1 day videos, I've like told the world. So, like, everyone's going to keep me accountable. Like, you didn't do videos for 3 days. So, this is one of my biggest things is that accountability, whether it's telling somebody or putting it out on social media. And then my third biggest one for my time management, where I'm super successful, especially with like my board meetings with the Centennial Trail, I give myself time right after the meeting or during a meeting to get things done now, so that I'm like, oh, that's an easy task, but I'm in the middle of like a working meeting or right afterwards and that task list, I can just knock those little easy things out and get those done. That's my biggest, I think, success thing is if I do that. A lot of times I'm like, oh, I'm busy. So I try to set that time in my calendar after a board meeting. Okay, I need to get at least these 5 of these things done. And it's more like a phone call or an email sent or
Mm-hmm.
talking to your board member that's in there or someone in the meeting and getting it done, I think, right away. I think that's how I become the most successful in what I do.
Right.
I think that's in workouts too. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to do that later this afternoon. And I don't. I have to do it in the morning. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to run this afternoon. It's gonna be really hard too. So
You
so
got
yeah,
this.
perfect.
Yeah.
Anything else for us for time management?
I actually really love, this isn't necessarily time management, but you brought up accountability.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have an accountability outside of Coeur d'Alene. None of the people in my accountability group actually live in Coeur d'Alene. One's in Portland, one's in San Jose, and one's in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And we all just like share our goal. Like we have, obviously, I'm a huge goal setter, right? And so I have these like really big rolling 12-month goals, and I have rolling 90-day goals and things like that. And so I meet with these people once a week for an hour to just go over like, okay, this is what I'm going to accomplish this week. This is what I'm struggling with. This is how I can help you, yada, yada, yada. And we all hold each other accountable to that, because I found that when I entrust Ryan to hold me accountable, he is so much more forgiving. It's like, oh gosh, I know that today was just such a hard day for you and it was so long and these other things. And pretty soon I'm like 2 weeks behind on whatever I'm supposed to be doing.
Yep. That's such a good point. I have a couple mentors that I kind of reach out to keep me accountable for that. But that's such a good point. Even like anybody in your family or circle of friends, you're like, keep me accountable for this. And they're like, let's go do something else instead.
Like, it's okay. We don't have to do that. We'll do it later.
Mhm. Well,
Oh, those are good.
well, thank you so much, Cassidy. I really, really appreciate you and being my first Zoom video call. All
Oh,
right.
you're welcome. Thanks.
All right. You guys have a great day.